Holy guacamole, this Cyberpunk game looks pretty cool. This definitely will be the game of the year with no bugs and a great story. Let me go buy it now. Cyberpunk 2077, the game that was the biggest flop of the entire gaming industry. Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to be the game of the century, the GTA killer. It was going to take over the entertainment business by storm. But oh boy, oh boy, that was very wrong, very wrong. As you can see in the intro, there are countless and numerous bugs that this game released with. The AI was non-apprehensible at all. No, I don't even know if that's the right word, but nothing made sense about the game. It was rushed, not finished, and it was so bad that PlayStation took it off the stores so that way nobody could buy it. But now, we fast forward to the future. And what's the game like now? Is it better? Is it worse? Well, hey, watch the rest of this video and you will find out. So I first started off the game making my character, and the character customization is like pretty meh. It's alright. I don't know. It's okay. Nothing crazy. You only get two voices. You either get "Hey, I'm V" or "Hey, I'm V," and it's like there's no other option. And our name is V, which is such a dumb name, but whatever. So you know, make our character. Get all that done. I made my penis very large, of course. I had to do it. And then we get into the game. And, you know, I love a great introduction. My favorite introduction to video games is where I have to pause and change the settings for 5 minutes so that way I'm able to record it. That's the best part of the entire game. But anyways, the intro was fine. Of course, it's the intro, so it's going to be the best. You know, they got to make it look good. And the gameplay was so slow at the beginning. Like, I don't know what dev was thinking, let's start the game off by talking to a bunch of people and then driving in a car that you cannot skip through. That's a great idea. It's so boring. It's so boring. I picked the street guy because I thought, hey, that'd be kind of a cool venue to take through. But no, it was super boring. My first playthrough, I picked Nomad, and that was way cooler than this. So, yeah, that was that. And then this is where we get to the gameplay. I played for about 3 or 4 hours, and all this footage is from that 3 or 4 hours. So we're going to go through, categorize it, and we're going to pick and choose what we liked and didn't like about the game. And yeah, let's get into the first category. The first category being the story. This is the one where I'm going to tear it apart the most. The story is the most boring thing I have ever seen out of any video game. How have they not made this more interesting? Every time, the campaign is said to have a 10-hour plus campaign. Well, 7 hours of that is talking to people non-stop. It's so boring. I don't care. Let me just go kill people. It's like you go to a store and you're like, hey, did you know about this? That this happened? I'm like, and I'll just press C to skip over and over. And then they're like, and then they're still talking. It's just non-stop. Actual people talk. I played throughout the whole story, and I never knew what was going on. I was just blindly following the missions and just following the waypoint. That was it. Still don't know what happened. All I know is that my friend died, and then that's about it. Some of the missions were cool, though. Sometimes you got to do some pretty cool missions. I remember one where I had to, like hide, and we had to ambush these people, and you could either take it stealthy or you could just light them up. Another mission, you have to like sneak into the tower and hide behind this wall, and you have to escape. There were some cool missions, but for the most part, I just don't remember anything, if I'm being honest. I just don't remember a lot. Category 2, the AI. Wow. Okay. So the comparison from when the game first came out to now, yes, there is a big difference. But the difference is that there's just no more bugs with the AI. They said this game was going to be, you can interact with every AI. Every AI has an intricate story and to be told and all this stuff. If you ever played Watch Dogs 2, it's just like that. Like, you can literally just scan a person, figure out what they do, and then that's it. They might have like one voice line. Other than that, all the AI is pretty much bland. They're just there to fill in spots and to look cool on the side of the street and make the game look good. The AI is buggy. They glitch inside of each other. They just randomly start talking for no reason. Like, I'll be in the middle of a sentence and they'll just start talking. If you're talking to one and you run away, you're still talking to them as if you're right next to them. It's pretty funny, actually. The AI is pretty buggy, to be fair. But there are certain cases where the AI works out really well, and like some of them actually have like good storyline and good voice lines, and you get a little immersed talking to some of them. The gameplay. The gameplay actually was not that bad. It was one of my favorite things about the game, but there was definitely some things I didn't like about it. Whenever you play this game, it feels like, if any of you have played Mirror's Edge, it feels like that, but clunkier. Like, the sliding mechanics don't make sense. I don't get it. When you slide at like 0.5 miles per hour. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. The movement feels pretty alright. The driving can sometimes feel off, but sometimes it's pretty good. It just depends. I cannot drive in first person. It's impossible. I have to drive in third person everywhere I go. Third person is quite literally the only way to drive safely. Gameplay wise, it's fun. The gunplay is pretty good. The melee I like personally. The stealth is pretty good. I like that you can, even though your level is a lot lower than others, you can still take people out quietly and, you know, stealthily. You don't have to just go guns a-blazing. Every mission can be played in stealth. So the gameplay definitely is probably one of the best aspects of the game. The melee combat probably is my favorite. So this is probably the one you're all waiting for, the bugs. The bugs are not as existent as they were when the game first came out, but trust me, they're still there. I already talked about how AI glitches inside of each other earlier, but there's a bunch of other glitches as well. One of those being, if you ever save while you're in midair, you're just stuck in midair. Literally, you can't move. The only thing you can do is just destroy your car or go to a different save, and that's it. I don't know if it's for like everyone like this or for every save where you're in midair it's like this in a car, but that's what happened to me. Another one being, I killed a guy that was driving a car, and I also killed the guy in the passenger seat. Well, the guy in the passenger seat got stuck, and he was just making the car flop around and completely just tossing me everywhere. The glitches are, and the bugs are still in the game, but there's just not as many, and I feel like they did a good job of stomping out most bugs, but with a game like this, where it completely came out completely unreleased, they did a good job with what they were dealt with. Keep in mind, I've only played this game for like 3 hours, and I've done a lot of the storyline and main or like side missions. So I have not ran into every bug, but bugs do still exist, and it is you can tell. Now let's talk about another one of my least favorite things is the accessibility / immersion. The accessibility and immersion of this game is little to none. Once you make your character at the beginning of the game, that's it. You're done. You can't make anything else about your character different. It's the dumbest thing in my opinion. How in the world do we live in a cyberpunk universe and I'm stuck with green short hair? Like, hello? Fallout 4 released with customizable characters in the game. You can change your hair, face or hair, all that stuff. But in Cyberpunk, no. You're stuck with green hair and freckles everywhere on your body. And let's say you want a smaller penis. Well, too bad. Can't get one. You want no tits? Sorry, can't happen. It's... I don't know how that's not in the game yet. It's been out for over a year. And for being immersed, the game does not do a great job of that. So let's take GTA 5, for example, right? In GTA 5, you can go play tennis. You can go play darts. You can arm wrestle. You can play golf. You can do all these things and even more, right? Cyberpunk? You could do like a bounty mission. You can get laid. That's about it. That's about it. There's not a lot that gets you immersed in this game. which kind of sucks, because if that was a part of the game, it would be amazing. I would give this such a better rating if you could do that. So my final thoughts on the game are, while it is definitely an improvement on the version that came out, there is still a lot wrong with it. And I'm surprised there's this much wrong with it a year later. You know, there's bugs still in the game. It feels like the world doesn't interact with you. You have to interact with the world. But there are some good aspects to it, like the gameplay. The city looks beautiful. It looks amazing. And some of the missions are a ton of fun, but it still just lacks a lot of potential. And how much is this game worth? Okay, this game is still worth $60. It should not be worth that much. It should be like $30 at most. So this is not a $60 game. This is more like a $30 game. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and comment and leave a like, please. It helps my ego get bigger. But anyways, check out my other YouTube videos, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.